How to Be a More Interesting Person by Gary Ogin. From the start I must say that this is not my cup of tea. I didn't like this, so there you go. It will be a subjective note which will probably demolish the idea of being more interesting, even if this is tough. The hero is an uninteresting person who wants to become different and more attractive to a girl, even if, speaking of attractive to a girl, throughout this play, which takes only about 40 minutes, he seems to develop gay tendencies or to discover them, whichever. There is an instance where he is hugged by a man and he likes it so much. Oh, I've never been hugged so much and so well. And it was pretense. The one making him do this is a criminal, and he's trying to get away from the competition, from another man who wants to have his bag, his skin eventually, so they get involved in this romantic moment, so to say, in this acting, just to make the other one lose their tracks. So from the start we have the hero in his apartment doing an unspectacular thing, taking care of a fish, and there's the criminal at the door saying, "I want to use your toilet." No, go away. Well, I will use the stairs if you don't allow me. So with this threat, he gets in, goes to the bathroom, and there he wants to jump, seeing as we're at the first floor. And that's because he's followed by his competitor, who's also making mean, loud, threatening voices at the door. Somehow, our hero gets the wrong idea, sees this is an interesting thing that happens to this man who's interesting, and they get into a sort of a partnership. I'll teach you how to be more interesting, and then you let me crash in here over the weekend. Okay, the silly thing I say is that even if we can get the message, don't try and be interesting no matter what. Quite often having an interesting life means getting involved in robbery, using drugs, dealing drugs, and being on the wrong side of it. But then it is taken to an extreme, I would say. We're supposed to have fun and laugh at this idea. We have this decent man who doesn't see that this unsensational, orderly life is really good, and wants to be more attractive, to be different. But the jocularity ends quite soon, if it is there for me, because it's silly not to see that you have a man running away with a bag, and then in the bag there must be something wrong, and then the man himself is a bad guy. Especially when you keep having more and more proof to sustain this evidence. one point, I think he's just a stupid fellow. He doesn't need to be more interesting. He needs to be a little bit more intelligent. He needs these courses, not the interesting kind. And it gets worse. They go to Edinburgh, and in Edinburgh there's an aunt. At the station, the bad guy steals a car. What more do you need? Why, you're an accomplice already. This is what you want to be? An interesting felon, and a man. You think a man in doing time in prison has a more exciting life than in outside, in a free person? This is too much. And to end with, cherry on top, to add insult to injury, the aunt is a policewoman, and she doesn't see it. She handcuffs the criminal, but not because she finally understands there's something wrong, just because she says, I'm working for the law, but I also like kinky stuff. That's too much. And the other don't add any spice. The complications with hitting a boxer and knocking him out, and that's, as I said, that's not my cup of tea.